Hi, this is Dave Tsai from learnbyblogging.com. Today I want to show you how I upgrade my little $200 laptop PC to a SSD, from a hard drive to a SSD, to speed up the performance quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to see to turn a little $200 laptop into an ultrabook. And let's see what happened. This is how I do it, how I did it. By the way, a normal disclaimer: if the system, whatever you do to the system is going to involve your warranty, and you gotta do it at your own risk. It's not something for kids to play with. Even there's some danger. There's no danger of getting the electric shock because the voltage is very low, but potentially you could damage a lot of things. So treat it do it with the care, and do it at your own risk. No warranty, whatever whatsoever. Thank you. First, I need to clone the original hard drive to the SSD. This is a new SSD I bought from Fry's for about $80 today on sale. 240 gig. So this original hard drive, I believe, is 500 gig. So there's a program called the freeware IOME Backupper standard freeware allow you to clone the disk, and from a bigger disk to a smaller disk. To do that, what I did is I shrink the volume. You can search the YouTube to find out how to shrink the volume of the disk to a smaller disk before you start the cloning. That will make the process a little bit faster. And I already did that, and I shrunk it, and I'm copying. Even though the SSD disk, which is I have it here. This is SS. I'm using a special USB drive. And I'm putting this blazed SSD, and I connect it to the USB 3 port here to back up. And this allowed me to, even though the 240 gig is still smaller than the original disk after I shrunk it, but it's still this program can shrink it further in the process of cloning. So let's see what happened. I'm in the process of cloning right now, and you can see I need to bend this guy back up. So it's almost done on the third volume, and once it's done, then I'm gonna swap the SSD with this hard drive inside. I need to open up the laptop. There's a few screws in the back, and I'm gonna swap the drive with the SSD. And this particular model is a Asus X200MA laptop. It's very inexpensive. I think I bought it for only like 200 something, and it works pretty well with a touch screen. Right now I still have about 19 minutes left to finish copying the disk, the disk contents into the SSD. So when it's done, I'm gonna go ahead and swap the disk. Stay tuned. Okay, about half an hour later, I'm finished with the cloning of the disk. Now I'm ready to swap the disk. Okay, I'm going ahead shutting down the systems. Let me power this thing off. Okay, now I'm ready to open up the back of the laptop to replace the hard drive. Need to remove the power. And let me show you what I did here. There are multiple screws that I need to move. One here and one here, one here, 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 and here. There are 2 screws here under the little bumper thing. You need to yank it out. The bumper need to be yanked out, and then there are 2 more screws here. These 2 screws. So a total of, and these are pretty long screws that need to be removed. Okay, I put all my screw here, as you can see. Put it in a nice tray so they don't get lost. The last thing you want is to have a screw disappear on you. Okay, now I'm ready to remove the cover, and that you need a special. And I was told this needs to have a special something to open it up, and they recommend some kind of credit card or something hard. So I'm going to use one of those unused credit card, and kind of slide this thing across. Let me start from here. Okay, wow, it's pretty hard. Okay, yeah, I need to kind of pry open a little bit, and it's starting to come out. You probably don't want to use, oops, push it down again. There's a little pivot here. Okay. You can see a little bit open there. Let me turn the lights on here. It's easier. Okay. Okay, now the keyboard is about to open. Okay, and the keyboard, there's a little cable here. You can see I don't want to cut the cable. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove the battery first, to cut off the power. There's a video that shows you in detail on how to do this thing much better than this Japanese guy. I'll put a link in underneath to give you that advantage of the extra instruction. Okay. So what I'm going to do is the hard drive is here, as you can see. And I want to remove the battery first so that nothing gets short. And there's a little screw here that I need to remove to get rid of the battery. The battery is supposed to pop out. Battery is much harder. Here it is. Okay, now the battery is removed, so we don't have anything to short things out. Next, I'm gonna remove the hard disk and then swap it with my flash here. Okay, there are 4 screws that I need to remove. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There are 4 screws I need to remove. here is 2, and there's 2 here. So where's my screwdriver? Put it to the same spot. I think these have magnet, and I think their screws are very much similar, so don't have to worry about mixing the screws. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the hard drive. Oh, you just slide out a little bit. Yeah, slide out a little bit this way, this direction, and it'll pop out because this connector, this SATA connector. Now I can lift it up. There's a little cable here that gets in the way. Okay. Okay, there you go. So next, what I need to do is remove these and put this jacket and the bracket into the new flash. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Let me put these two aside. Put it top here. Okay, there's a little, you can see there's a little foam, and there's this little tab here that I want to put it back. But at first I need to remove these screws. Put it right there. That way I don't get confused. Position. Now we're gonna transport this little tape here. I think would be good to. It's a little tape. I don't think I need it, but it doesn't hurt to move it over. This is prevent the short, but I think it's also act as some kind of cushion. So good to have that. Now I'm gonna copy this thing over. There's a little tape here. I'm gonna remove it and put it there because that's what you need to remove to pull the hard drive out of the SMA connectors. Not the SMA, out of the SATA connector. Okay. Make sure I fit it nicely. So this is like a pull tab. And then I need to move this guy. I think this is some kind of sticky. Just double stick tape. Just gonna yank it out. Okay. Oops, I think I've done correctly. This should be here. Yeah, this should be here. And at least I put the tab in correctly. This tab should be on the other side too. That's what happens. Don't pay attention. Okay, there you go. That is that, and right. Okay, I'm ready to put this thing back into the laptop, and this would be, this is a Hitachi drive. Let's see, SATA 500 giga drive, and I shrunk it into a 240 gigabyte drive using the clone disk, the IOMA disk backupper, and but first shrink the volume first, and the IOMA will take care of the rest. So you can go from a big hard drive to a smaller SSD drive. Okay, let me put it back. Whoops. Now I slide this guy in, insert into the connector. Okay, nice and tight. Now I'm going to put the screw back. There are 4 screws that holds the hard drive into the laptop. Take advantage of the magnet. Now everything's back. Now I need to put the battery back. It's a very tiny battery. It's only 35 watt hour here. You can see 35 watt hour. But lasts a pretty long time. Not too bad at all. Okay. Now I'm ready to put the keyboard back. I just need to fold this thing back to itself and snap it in. Okay. Whoa. Scary. That sure snapping alright. Okay, I'm gonna put a screw back in. I'm gonna put a few screws back in, not all of them, because you never know. what's gonna happen. So I just wanna fasten a little bit. This is I'm gonna put a long screw first. There are a few long screws here, 1, 2, 3 long screws to hold this in place so it doesn't give it enough structure. Okay, now I'm gonna power it back up and hope that worked. We shall see. Okay, let's take a look. Now it's booting. There I can see myself. And hey, I got my prompt. Looks like it's booting the OS. Look at how fast it is booted up. Pretty good, eh? Wow, this is fast. I am impressed. There you go. You can have on the touch screen, and I can go to the start. I think you hit the start. This is 8.1. You hit where's the desktop? There you go. And then you can do so many things. Let's take a look at how much disk I have. So I have 164 gigabyte free of 204 gigabyte, and recovered disk still there. Everything's still working. So, and I cannot hear any disk drive. It is not nice. It's nice and quiet. I'm very impressed with the SSD performance, and nothing like turning a cheap PC into an ultrabook. These days the CPU performance is pretty good, and all you need is the SSD to give to boost the performance, and it will be just as good as a ultrabook. And the last step is to put all the screw back in where the original came from, and that will take care of it. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully that gives you an idea how to turn a cheap PC into a very powerful ultrabook, and probably not as good looking as a Mac or Mac Air, but I think for most people it works just fine. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.